6.
The virus does not respect the prison walls.
Now at 6, hundreds of cases of COVID-19 behind bars in Tucson, and some worry that number will continue to rise. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Maries.
And I'm Brooke Wagner. The Arizona Department of Corrections, Rehabilitation and Reentry now saying 517 inmates at one unit in Tucson have tested positive for the virus. That's almost half of the current population. KOLD News 13's Melissa Egan is in the Live Center tracking the situation. Melissa, we are now seeing some striking numbers with concerns you've been hearing about for months.
Yes, I've received emails, Facebooks, messages, and letters like this. Now, these came from an inmate last week. That's pages and pages of concerns to corrections and health department officials saying it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Inside the Whetstone unit, we've learned COVID-19 is spreading quickly.
I'm very concerned, but frankly, I'm not surprised.
Corrine Kendrick is an attorney who has been taking on the Arizona Department of Corrections for years over conditions. Her office inundated with letters from inmates, loved ones, and staff over what's going on inside this building.
The Whetstone unit is a dormitory where it's just impossible for the men to practice social distancing.
She explains this like a gym filled with bunk beds. Letters from one man inside repeat concerns through copies from the last 2 months, writing what officials are saying are just words. While, quote, there is a massive and widespread inaction and inconsistency with enforcement of health practices like social distancing and face coverings, which inmates weren't allowed to wear until last month.
It was an unconscionable mistake for the department to not require incarcerated people to wear, and staff to wear, face coverings from the beginning.
More than a week ago, there was a staged walkout, inmates wanting a lockdown to keep them safe from the spread. Patty's son was one of them.
He called me right in the middle of it, sounding very panicked.
At the time, the department agreed to a 14-day lockdown, now saying all inmates at Whetstone will receive meals and required medication and services in their housing units. Governor Doug Ducey talked testing when asked about the situation today.
So we're going to test everyone in our correctional facilities. We want to make sure that they have the proper care and comfort that's necessary.
Proper care that one inmate is concerned about. His letter to me ending with, "We are not sentenced to illness or death by COVID. Please help us." From the outside looking in, Kendrick's team is working to do that.
I believe the people who are living this reality, and it's not just the people who are incarcerated in the prisons. You know, there are more and more staff, custody officers, healthcare staff that in recent months have contacted reporters like you and others and are coming forward and saying, you know, don't believe the shiny, happy story that you're hearing from headquarters. We're living this.
Corine's office recently took a virtual tour inside the Florence prison where we were seeing those cases increase quickly at the start of the pandemic. She says they have requested and will be doing the same at Whetstone within 2 weeks to take a look at conditions there as we see that as cases continue to rise. I have much more information and the full statement from the Department of Corrections on our website.
Thank you for looking into it.